Funding for this program was made possible by the Committee for a Clean and Beautiful Glendale.
How does the winning I Love My Neighborhood poster get reproduced?
It's summertime. Is your pool in tip-top shape?
What's the latest scoop from the Mariposa Neighborhood Improvement Project?
All this and much, much more on this month's episode of NSTV.
NSTV.
A GEM Award from the City of Glendale.
I'm Juan Gonzalez.
I'm Noreen Benjaminson. For NSTV.
The Adopt a Block program.
Youth Employment Program.
Code Enforcement Minute. GEM Awards.
Neighborhood Services TV. Hey there, Jewel City. I'm Juan Gonzalez.
And I'm Noreen Benjaminson, and this is NSTV, your window into the projects and programs sponsored by the City of Glendale, Neighborhood Services, and its community partners.
Today we will be taking you on a tour of the Mariposa neighborhood and spotlight several points of interest, several of which we're sure you'll want to visit on your own. Our first stop today is the Sundial at Maple Park, located in the heart of the Mariposa neighborhood.
Juan, judging by the sundial, I think it's time for a Mariposa Neighborhood Improvement Project update.
I think you're right, Noreen. Let's join NSTV correspondent Elena Magardumian. Where do we know her from? For the latest update on the Mariposa project, take it away, Elena.
Thanks, Juan. That's right. As I promised NSTV viewers, I'm back to provide an update on the Mariposa Neighborhood Improvement Project. In February, Neighborhood Services began its inspections of rental housing units located in the Mariposa area of Glendale, which is bordered on the north by Broadway, on the east and south by Chevy Chase Drive, and on the west by Brand Boulevard. This project was initiated as a result of the city receiving a Code Enforcement Incentive Program grant from the state of California to augment existing code enforcement efforts. Some of the project goals include preserving the housing stock of the area, inspecting and certifying all properties with 2 or more units as meeting minimum habitability standards, developing and implementing educational programs for tenants and property owners. The project area was broken down into 6 sub-areas to allow the staff to inspect different parts of the area simultaneously. Inspections of the first sub-area have been completed. Of the properties inspected thus far, the most common deficiency has been general dilapidation. For more information on the Mariposa Neighborhood Improvement Project, contact the Neighborhood Services Office at 818-548-3700, or you can visit the city's website at www.ci.glendale.ca.us. I'll be back in a couple of months for updates on these projects. For NSTV, I'm Elena Magardumian. Now back to Juan and Noreen.
Thanks for the update, Elena. We look forward to hearing more about the program in upcoming episodes of NSTV. So, Noreen, what's up next?
Juan, when you think about summer, what comes to mind?
Vacations, ice cream, fun in the sun, and of course, spending a lot of time out by the pool.
Funny you should mention spending time out by the pool. Our next Code Enforcement Minute deals with swimming pool maintenance.
Let's join Neighborhood Services Inspector Ron Williams for this month's Code Enforcement Minute. Take it away, Ron.
Thanks, Juan. This month's Code Enforcement Minute deals with a timely topic, swimming pool maintenance. Please note that the following requirements and proper pool maintenance are required for both single and multi-family dwellings. The Glendale Municipal Code requires that all property owners maintain their swimming pools free of stagnant water because it is a health and safety violation. As the weather turns warmer, stagnant water serves as a breeding ground for mosquitoes and other insects. Stagnant water must be properly drained into the street and be replaced with clean and clear water. To prevent accidental drowning, the code requires that a barrier or fence must completely surround the pool and that the height of the barrier be 4 feet high. The barrier must be equipped with a self-latching device located on the pool side of the barrier. The code also requires property owners to keep all litter, junk, or debris away from the pool area. If for some reason the owner chooses to leave their pool empty, it must be cleaned and maintained on a regular basis. I recently met with Al Kepler, a local pool professional and retired City of Glendale fire captain, to discuss the basics of pool maintenance and other relevant topics. How can a property owner or manager properly maintain the water to be clean and clear?
It's a fairly easy process, Ron. The property owner or manager should clean the pool and maintain the correct chlorine and pH level on a regular schedule. Use a test kit available at the local pool and spa supply store and follow the directions provided.
What is the recommended chlorine and pH level that is best suited to maintain that crisp, clear blue water?
The recommended pH range is 7.4 to 7.6 on the test kit. The chlorine should be between 1.0 and 2.0 parts per million.
How often should the pool be tested?
The pool needs to be tested at least once a week and accumulated dirt and debris removed from the water. More frequent attention is required during hot weather or heavy use. Many pool owners who service their own pools think installing a pool cover will keep the pool clean. It will keep out leaves and other debris, but the water still needs to be tested and the pool needs to be cleaned. The filter equipment needs to be run daily and pool covers should be opened once a week. Otherwise, bacteria and algae can grow and the water can become chemically unbalanced or stagnant.
Thanks, Al. Hopefully these tips will help you enjoy your pool during the up-and-coming summer months. Remember, with your cooperation, we can maintain the quality of our neighborhoods. Join us next month for another Code Enforcement Minute. For NSTV, I'm Ron Williams. Back to you, Juan.
Another Glendale landmark located in the Mariposa neighborhood is the Brand Boulevard of Cars. You'll find almost every car imaginable, including the car of your dreams.
Juan, I found the car of your dreams. It's bright red, it's compact, and it runs on virtually no fuel.
Really? Let me see it.
Ta-da! Hee hee. I just couldn't resist.
Looks like I've got some competition as to who the new comedian on the show is. Another thing you and our viewers won't be able to resist is our next story. Let's join NSTV correspondent Eric Alonso for a report on the reproduction of this year's I Love My Neighborhood poster. Take it away, Eric.
Hey, thanks Juan. Today we're coming to you from Digital Pre-Press Services. We're going to meet my friend Ara today because he's going to show us how we're going to turn this piece of artwork into a poster that's going to be seen throughout the entire community of Glendale. So let's go meet Ara.
Load the scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2.
Hey, how are you, Eric? Good. We're basically going to start from the first step, which will be actually digitalizing the scan, which we're going to do it on this scanner. We're just going to mount it on the twin sheet. Make sure it's straight. We can measure the size. Adjust the highlights. Those numbers help me determine if I need a touch of a yellow more or less, or cyan or magenta or black. As you see the drum spinning, the actual lens is reading the image. So now this is done. I'm just going to save this. You can carry it. I'll open up the image so we can see it. Now we go to the actual layout. The only thing we didn't have was the actual picture. Okay, there it is. We're going to create 4 color separated negatives. The negatives are used for printing purposes. So this is going to start printing right now. Where I told you that we're actually printing to film is basically doing this. each negative represents color. Like for instance, this is the magenta. The next one is the yellow. And then we have cyan. And we have black. Starting with the yellow, as you can see, if you look at it, you go, what is this?
Right.
All right, so, and then we just lay down the magenta. Okay, and then the cyan. All right, and then the black. And now you can see what the print is going to look like.
Now, Ara, what impact do you think that this poster has on kids?
I can see that the kids are being encouraged by this program, and it helps them learn how to keep their community clean. I got the negatives ready, and I'm gonna wrap them all up for you, and you can take it to them, and they'll take care of it.
Now let's go to J&L Press for the finishing touches. Hey Steve, how are you?
How you doing?
Good, good. I brought the negatives.
Well, let's get them into production then. This is our pre-press area. This is Ken, our stripper. He'll be laying the job down for us, putting it on Mylar flats, taping it down, registering it, getting it ready to go onto plates and onto the press.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm setting this up so that I can position this on a flat on a piece of carrier material to put it in position to burn a plate. I'm going to cut a window for it so that this area outside won't get exposed onto the plate, and just the area that's supposed to print will wind up on the plate. The window is cut. This will expose the negative with a very bright light. I think it's 5K or 5,000 watts. Now I'm going to run the plate through the processor, and that's going to remove the unexposed parts of the plate and just remove what was exposed through the negative. The rollers are pushing it out right now. It's developed.
Steve, now that we have a plate, what's the next process?
Well, normally we'll take off 4 plates, 4 colors, and we'll take them out to the press. This is the press that we'd be running on. It's a 28-inch Akiyama. As the sheet goes through, it's fed into the machine with the feeder here, goes in. The first color, which is black, goes down, goes through a series of rollers, comes through to the cyan, goes through another series of rollers to the magenta, goes through the last series to the yellow. By the time you've finished all 4 of those colors, you wind up with an image.
Well, thank you so much, Steve, for your time. Now we're going to go over to the City Council where we're going to unveil the final poster, and we're going to give it to little Joshua, okay?
This young man, Mr. Joshua Lee, submitted the winning poster. Joshua's poster truly represented the diversity of our community, as well as a commitment to making our community better, neighborhood by neighborhood.
And I want to congratulate you, and I think this is a wonderful way to express yourself to the rest of the community. Congratulations.
Well, here it is, Joshua Lee's winning poster. If you want to have your poster up here next year, call 818-548-3700. For NSTV, this is Eric Alonso. Back to you, Juan and Noreen.
Eric, I'm sure the viewers enjoyed learning how the poster was reproduced. Little did Joshua Lee know the journey his poster would be taking when he first drew it.
Glendale teachers are encouraged to check their inboxes this coming September for their copy of Joshua's Grand Prize winning poster. Who knows, maybe one of your students will be next year's Grand Prize winner.
The Adult Recreation Center, located at 201 East Colorado, provides today's active seniors with a number of different classes and activities, one of which is shuffleboard.
And you know how I feel about shuffleboard. Are you up for a game?
Shuffleboard? Did someone say shuffleboard?
Juan, you didn't start the game without me, did you?
No, Sam, but I get to go first. Why don't you introduce this month's Gem Awards, and we'll let you know when it's your turn. Yes.
What these guys don't know is I was the Western Conference champion at shuffleboard back in my college days. But let's meet up now with Arnold Milner, who will introduce David and Linda Norseth for our first gem presentation.
I know that's just the way.
Thanks, Sam. We're here today at the lovely home of David and Linda Norseth. What changes have you made to your house since you've been living here?
Well, lots interior-wise, but outside here also we have redesigned this front yard. It was originally all ivy and no walkway. You had to come up through the driveway to get into the front door. So we put in this stonework and redesigned the planters, new driveway, and put this stone on the front porch.
What do you like best about living in this neighborhood?
I think the seclusion and the beauty of all the oak trees and the quietness as far as only one way in, one way out.
What motivates you to take the time to maintain your house and yard and keep it in such a beautiful condition?
Well, I just think self-pride, and I enjoy the beauty of seeing it done right, and a responsibility to my neighbors and to my community to keep it looking its very best.
Do you have any interesting stories that you like to share with the viewing audience about your house, neighborhood?
Oh, I guess that just the fact that we raised our 3 children here and they enjoyed the climbing the oak trees and hanging things from it and so forth. We had a lot of toilet paper through the years in this good old oak, and just wonderful place to raise a family and enjoy life.
On behalf of the Committee for Clean and Beautiful Glendale, I would like to present to you this Neighborhood Pride Gem Award for your commitment to enhancing our neighborhoods.
Thank you.
You've done a beautiful job in your neighborhood. This is a lawn sign for you to place in your front yard so that everybody knows that you're doing your part to help keep Glendale clean and beautiful year-round. From 3909 Tanbark Place, I'm Arnold Milner, and back to you, Sam.
Thanks, Arnold. The Norseths sure do a great job maintaining their home and their yard. The setting and the flowers are absolutely gorgeous. While you were gone, I took the lead in the game. Now, let's go to Carol Jean Felkel at the home of our next gem recipients, Rod and Helen Dado.
Today we're at the home of Helen and Rod Dado at 747 West Kenneth Road. What changes have you made to your home since you have bought it?
We have replaced the old wire fence that was between our property and the colonial home next door to us with a masonry wall, which has certainly made a difference. We've replaced our driveway with a beautiful cement. We've added a therapy pool to our swimming pool in the rear, and
put on a new modern type roof.
Fireproof.
To help the neighborhood.
What do you like best about living in this neighborhood?
I love the neighbors and the fact that they keep up their homes, and it's just a delightful area to live in.
Do you have any interesting stories to tell us about this house since you've lived here?
I discovered that living in Glendale, roses are the flower to grow because of the extreme heat in the summer. At the time we bought the home, we were surrounded by orange trees. I think we had 26 orange trees because this had been an orange grove. And unfortunately, old age took the orange trees, and so we only have 2 left in our back area. This property is an acre, so we really do have ample room for all the roses I could possibly plant. I do believe I have at least 100.
What are some of your hobbies?
Well, I was raised a baseball player and played it professionally and then I coached at the University of Southern California for 44 years. This is where having baseball in the Olympics was finalized.
We have this nice award to give you, and you can frame it and put it wherever you want to. And this is the neighborhood pride sign that we have to give you for 1 month. And you can put it in your front yard, and all the people driving by and walking by and riding by will see that you received a neighborhood pride sign.
And we will display that sign with pride.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carol Jean. Mr. and Mrs. Dado certainly do have a lovely home. I pass by here on my way to work sometimes, and I've wondered when someone would actually nominate this property for a GEM award. The Olympic roses and the roses in the color of Mr. Dado's alma mater, Cardinal and Gold, are certainly a nice touch. The care they take in their roses and their entire property certainly makes a difference in this neighborhood. We appreciate all of the hard work that the Dados and all of our GEM recipients do to keep their properties looking so nice for the city of Glendale. Well, that does it for this month's GEM Awards. To nominate a property in your neighborhood for a GEM Award, just call us in Neighborhood Services at 818-548-3700, and we'll take it from there. Now let's catch up with Juan and Noreen, who've gone off on their tour of the Mariposa neighborhood. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to leave it up to the viewers to figure out who won, since I'm not one to brag. Juan, you do think it was a good game, don't you?
Yeah, sure. Good game, Sam. Whatever you say.
Personally, I think he's a shuffleboard shark. Our neighborhood tour brings us to Roosevelt Middle School, which is in the middle of a Measure K and state-funded modernization project. This project includes the conversion of office space into brand new science labs, new air conditioning, computer network wiring, and facilities for disabled persons, among other things. These are much-needed improvements that will enhance the quality of education for students that live in the Mariposa neighborhood.
Let's check in with Neighborhood Services Inspector Lonnie Brown, who has some tips on improving the quality of life in your neighborhood in this month's Code Enforcement Ride-Along. What's going on in your neighborhood, Lonnie?
I head down to a property on South Adams to where there was a illegal addition to a room. Any dimension of have a room can't be smaller than 7 feet. And what meant this illegal was it was smaller than 7 feet, and of course he was also encroaching on the side and rear setbacks. And so there was no way that the owner could make this room legal. And so that's why the only solution to this illegal room was to return it back to its original condition. All right.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna.
Well, if we look in the front, you remove the fence, which was great. There were some wires, so you removed the wires, which is great. So you made some repairs here to the fixtures, and so everything is fine. It's not leaking anymore. So I'll clear this part of it. You see the vent, we have to be above the roof line, and for carbon monoxide, right? And so you can see that he has it. I had him put an extension there. So he just extended it up the way it's supposed to go, so it's great. Yeah, when we came through the kitchen, this is where the room was at, but you can see it's completely removed. It looks great. Right. We'll clear this. We'll clear it all up. You took care of everything that we wanted you to do. No.
What's on the here?
Yeah, that was great. This is a follow-up inspection on the property on the 400 block of Chestnut off of Glendale Avenue. The owner had a lot of plumbing problems, siding problems. The building's an old building, so it had old fuses. They're not on breakers. He actually painted the eaves. There's a lot of these window sills. A lot of these window sills are bad. He still has some peeling, chipping paint that I want him to scrape off. If you look here, you can see the repair on the wall.
Go ahead, Fred, turn it off.
They actually had steps that came down. Matter of fact, you can see the old stairs. These stairs were completely rotted out. Everything she has in here is good now. And you can see right here where it says, this is an S fuse, but you can see the number 15. And if you look at the wire, it's kind of hard to spot, but that wire is only a 14 gauge wire. But before upstairs, if you can see, this is 15 amps. They had a 30 amp fuse upstairs. So what that means is that wire will start to overheat. But they corrected the problem. They fixed it. So that was great. Serious problems with the fascia. And you see him a lot of dry rot and he had extreme problems with the exterior siding. So he's doing it right, and you can see where he's put the new screens for underneath the attic space. But I also sided them for, you can see the garage. It's an old garage. But I told him he needs to make sure that the garage is secure. But he needs to clean this all up. There's the little landscaping back here. And of course, we'll hope to see him get the finished color coat on here. Paint all the eaves. Any dry rot that wood or fascia that cannot be repaired, he needs to replace it. So our goal is to help the owner. You know, a lot of times they think we're out here trying to make problems for them, but really we're trying to help him maintain his property. And when he maintains it, he gets higher value. But when he sells the property, then of course it improves the environment for the tenants, it improves the community, so everyone benefits when the owner maintains the property.
Great job, Lonnie. I'm sure the viewers learned a lot about the different types of violations that you and the other neighborhood services inspectors encounter on a daily basis.
This month, NSTV premieres a new segment called the Mariposa Minute. It is dedicated to informing the public about the rights and responsibilities of both property owners and tenants. And we couldn't think of a better person to introduce this segment than the inspector for the Mariposa neighborhood, Renee Sada.
Hey guys! As you know, Neighborhood Services has been busy working on improving the quality of life in the Mariposa neighborhood. It is important for both property owners and tenants to be aware of what they are required to do to maintain our rental housing units in livable condition. Our first Mariposa Minute segment is devoted to a very serious issue, smoke alarms and their maintenance. Let's go inside. There are approximately 2.6 million residential fires per year across the U.S., and an average of 3 children die in those fires daily. 90% of those deaths occur in homes without working smoke alarms. Fire experts estimate that at least 1 in 3 homes have inoperable smoke alarms. Having inoperable smoke alarms can have serious and even fatal consequences. Your landlord is required to provide functional smoke alarms in your sleeping rooms and central locations. Making sure that the batteries are working is your responsibility as a tenant. Having a working smoke alarm in your home may save your life and the lives of your loved ones. Following these simple guidelines can help make your home safer. Change your clock, change your battery. Make it a habit to change smoke alarm batteries when you change your clocks back to standard time each fall. Never disconnect or remove batteries from your smoke alarm. Replace your entire smoke alarm unit every 10 years. One smoke alarm is probably not enough. To maximize the efficiency of your smoke alarms, it is recommended that you have an alarm in each bedroom and outside the bedroom area, close enough to be heard through closed doors, and at least one alarm per level. Remember that the smoke alarm is there for your protection. It can even save your life. If your rental unit does not have working smoke alarms, make arrangements with your landlord so that they may be installed immediately, or contact Neighborhood Services at 818-548-3700 if you need assistance. This has been a Mariposa Minute. For NSTV, I'm Renee Sada. Back to you, Juan and Noreen.
Thanks, Renee. We look forward to future Mariposa Minutes.
Well, Juan, we're going to wrap up our tour of the Mariposa neighborhood here at the former Masonic Temple at 234 South Brand Boulevard. Since 1991, it has housed A Noise Within, an award-winning classical theater company. Over the years, they have staged works by Shakespeare, Shaw, Chekhov, and many others.
How's that for a dramatic finish? Well, that brings a wrap to this episode of NSTV. If you have any comments about today's show, we want to hear from you. Send me an email at jgonzalez@ci.glendale.ca.us.
Or if you have any questions about the programs featured on today's episode, please contact us at the Neighborhood Services Office, 818-548-3700.
On behalf of all the staff at Neighborhood Services, we thank you for joining us and invite you to join us again next month for an all-new episode of NSTV. I'm Juan Gonzalez.
And I'm Noreen Benjaminson.
Remember, keep the Verdugas green
and Glendale clean.
See you next time.
Into the programs and projects by the City of Glendale.
Operated.
Sorry.
Today we're, okay. See, it's not as easy as it looks.
An award-winning classical theater company. Over the year. Sorry.
What is a recommended? I hate that. Like one of those bobber guys in the back of the car.
Devoted to a very serious issue, smoke alarms and their maintenance. Let's go inside.
You're supposed to wait. I have to say mine. That's okay.
To be aware of what they are required. If I don't squint, I'll start crying. You know, your eyes get water.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna cry. It's important. Okay. Ready? Yeah. Walked in the room and just threw me off. No, I'm just kidding. You can stay, Juan. I'm just kidding. Make arrangements with your landlord so that they put them in.
Funding for this program was made possible by the Committee for a Clean and Beautiful Glendale.